My name is Kalisavora. I am the architect of Archetype 13 and Penetralia Experience. I'm the founder of Frequency and a few other projects that the world will soon know about. What I want to do with this series is basically use it as a platform to show raw truth, to show what it looks like to build something from nothing. And for those who have been walking their spiritual journeys and been on their path, and you're kind of at that point where you're like, okay, I've done all this work, now what? Well, now the work begins. So I want to share a little bit about my story because some of you don't know it yet, but you're looking for me and I'm looking for some of you as well. See, some of us come here with blueprints to do certain things, and it could be anything. It could be agriculture, it could be education, it could be anything that a new world would need. And a bunch of us have keys, and when you look around, there's a lot of us kind of standing around like, what next? Well, I've got what next, and so we're going to log this entire journey. So I've been on my path of remembering for about 4 years, and it has been the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. It has been just one loss after another, one trial, one traumatic situation after another, and if I'm being honest, that's what my whole life has felt like. Lots and lots of addictions, moving around a lot as a kid, never like really having friends, never feeling like I fit in, never having a voice until I got older, never getting the human life side of things down. And so I only say that because I want others to know that when you're introduced to my work, and you will be, because some of it is your work as well, but this is not for the entry level. This is not for those who still think that trauma is a lifelong healing process. This is not for those who are still worshiping gods or asking gods for permission for shit. This is not that. This is the next phase, and this is Archetype 13. But a little bit about what my life looks like now. Again, this isn't really for any other reason than just to help us all remember that those of us who are involved in this work, the work now begins, and we build from the ashes. So if you've done your work and you've went through your black sheep moments, you've just done your work, right? You've got to this place of what now? Like I said, now the work begins, because the only way that things change is from getting built from the inside. And those of us who are truly here to build, most of us are displaced right now. Most of us have lives that look like pure chaos, and mine is no different. I literally have nothing to my name in the physical sense. I'm living in somebody's basement that's not my house. It's been this way for a few years. Eventually had to give up my car. Every time I tried to work like a regular job, like the most bizarre things would happen. And I'm not the only one with this path. And some of us just literally can't make sense of why this shit keeps happening to us. But like, this is part of it. And so now it's time to remember the remaining aspects of it. Archetype 13 has 13 branches, everything from new medical systems to technology, agriculture. Like, there's a lot that is covered in the blueprints. And it's going to take a lot of us to build everything, and many of you are sitting on the keys as well. And so I stand here with you with the blueprints for a new world. And those of you that have blueprints as well, like, it's time that we get together and start building. And if you are displaced and don't know how you're going to get by through tomorrow, like, that's part of what my role is here to help you do. But I'm doing it in real time with you, and I'm going to log this journey. Now, I've created many different things. I create experiences. I have kick-ass merch. I write books. I have 13 books coming out this year. 2 of which are already out: The Brain Bar and the Chemical Bartenders, and The Alchemy and Caridian. Very different style. I am not one, you'll never hear me like repeating what was done in history and with the ancients, because if you are resonating with this message, then surely you know the only reason those things are getting uncovered is to show us what we're building now. So that's where we are in this journey. And as I stand here today, I don't have shit to my name. I've got to be out of my place by the end of the month. No clue where I'm going. No clue how I'm going to get there. I've been raising my son this whole time with me, like, you know, we do 50-50 with his mom and I, and like during this whole process, I don't know how I haven't given up. But I do know why. And it's the same reason you have a why. It's that thing that keeps you up at night. And it's not to digest more knowledge, it's because you know that you have a purpose greater than yourself, as do I. And that very thing that keeps you up at night keeps me up at night too. And so we're at a place where we got to kind of put aside the, wow, how the hell are we going to make this happen? And we make this happen. You see, nothing's coming to save us. There's no aliens going to just show up and walk out and be like, here's the answers, here's the solution. No gods are coming, because we are them. We are literally them. And the only way that we can change this and fix this and remember ourselves and our mission is to do it from the inside. And here we are. So hopefully by now you understand it was never about escaping the matrix. We're here to rewrite it, just like the movie showed. So this is the first log of the Ground Zero series, and this is just going to be the raw truth of where it is and how we all start meeting and connecting. And I'm starting from the same place as you guys are, maybe even worse, but we're gonna make this happen. So it's time for us to stop with the, oh, you're not alone bullshit. Let's not be alone anymore. Let's get together and work. We know where the resources come from. Pay attention to the content that I drop, because I'm dropping content that has not been published before, and I'm dropping a lot of it just for you guys. You know, if you want to participate and be a part of it, there's ways in through Archetype 13. If you just want to support the work, like we have merch, all kind of stuff. But it's time, so let's go.